I would like to invite Dr. Vandana Shiva to approach the tribunal. Greetings. If you would not mind, please, for the record, stating your name and your expertise.
My name is Dr. Vandana Shiva, but it's not the expertise for my doctorate that I want to talk about today. It's expertise in living and being part of life. And also the understanding of every violation of the rights of the earth, of all beings, including human beings.
Thank you, and I understand that you have a panel of witnesses and experts to talk about the agro-food industry and GMOs, and if you would not mind providing your own testimony on that topic for the tribunal.
Yeah, we've got an amazing team of people who for 30 years since GMOs were brought into the industrial agriculture system, which I can also describe as the fossil agriculture system. They'll be here to give witness. And you will introduce them individually. I will just introduce the case of GMOs. The first violation is a violation of the integrity of life in its self-organization, self-determination, and self-evolution. Because the rights of Mother Earth is a recognition that all beings are self-organizing and all beings have intrinsic worth and intrinsic value. So GMOs go hand in hand with patenting. A patent is a claim to invention. In effect, with GMOs, a world order is being created where life on Earth is being defined as the invention of corporations, which are themselves inventions. The second violation is the fact that in our Rights of Mother Earth draft, the Declaration of the Rights of Mother Earth, in 2.1i, we talk about the right to not have the genetic structure of beings modified or disrupted in a manner that threatens its integrity or vital and healthy functioning. A GMO is a change in the genetic structure by introducing genes that don't belong to the plant, usually toxic genes, forcing the plant to express a toxin that is not part of its structure, adding to it antibiotic resistance markers, adding to it viral promoters, each of which is a violation of the self-organization, self-regulation of the organism itself. And this is leading to, on the one hand, a total imbalance, new pests being created by the technologies designed for pest control, and I would like to show a short clip of just some evidence that has come back from the field from our team. The film is not complete, it's still being subtitled because it's from Punjab, but I thought it was an important moment to share it with all of you. So if you're ready, can we put it up? This is BT cotton failure in Punjab in this season.
जब दूसरी हमारी नरमे की फसल हाइब्रिड वगैरह खत्म हो रही थी तो उसमें एक चमत्कार आया बीटी कॉटन। ऐसा हुआ कि बीटी वन आया, फिर बीटी टू लेने लगे, बीटी वन तो फेल हो गया। ऐसे क्या होने चलेगा चक्कर, बीटी 3-4 चलेगा। पहले कहते थे एक स्प्रे से हो जाएगा ठीक, आज की तारीख में वही बीटी 20 स्प्रेयों पर पहुंच गया।
जैविक खेती में मैं इसलिए आया,
पानी कस्सी का जो जाता है उसमें भी केमिकल मिलता है।
पहले जो है 30 साल से ना पंजाब में दूध की नदी बहती है, पंजाब ये है, पंजाब के नौजवान ये हैं, पंजाब का बड़ा अच्छा है, तो उसको उल्टा कर लेना चाहिए। सभी जो बुराई है ना, सभी जो गलत चीजें वो पंजाब में होती हैं। क्या सोच सकते हैं पंजाब की धरती को कैंसर हो गया? कैंसर है पंजाब की धरती को।
नशे का कारण ऐसा होता है, नशा एक तो थोड़े समय के लिए ज्यादा काम करता है बंदा, उसके बाद काम कम करेगा, नशा ज्यादा खाएगा, और जितना नशा ज्यादा खाएगा उतना खत्म हो जाएगा उसका, उसकी सेहत खत्म हो जाएगी। ये ऐसा हमारी खेती के साथ हुआ।
उनको एक जो मॉडल बना दिया ना, उनके दिमाग में एक जो कर दिया कि जो फसल होती है उसमें जितना डालोगे उतना निकलेगा। इंडस्ट्री और एग्रीकल्चर में बहुत अंतर है। उसको एग्रीकल्चर को इंडस्ट्री बना दिया। एग्रीकल्चर में सर एग्रीकल्चर डिपेंड ऑन नेचर।
केमिकल उपायों में तो बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान हुआ है। कुछ फसल में, कुछ खेतों में तो 99% तक नुकसान हो गए। ये जो वैरायटी है जिसमें हम खड़े हैं, ये हमारी यहाँ की देसी किस्म है। इसका मान लो आधा ही नुकसान हुआ, 50% फसलबाड़ी की
कि फसल भी गई और ना
So we thought we'd share this, even though it's still in the process, but there were parts that aren't yet translated. The farmer was talking about how the earth now has cancer. We have cancer. He's talking about how these pesticides, the GMOs, are intoxicants, they're ecological narcotics. The more you take, the more you need, the more it destroys your basic health. So there's more and more dependence on the toxicants and less healthy ecosystems. Another element of the violation of the rights of nature is 21H of the declaration draft, the right to be free from contamination, pollution, and toxic or radioactive waste. The genes added in GMOs are toxic. They move through wind and pollination and contaminate biodiversity, taking away the rights of the biodiverse varieties and species to be free of pollution. We have cases of this. We have Percy Smicer's case. We have the case of Steve Marsh in Australia, who are then fined by the corporations who say the genes in your crops are our property, so you're a thief. That perversion of law, which should be based on polluter pays, now becomes the polluter gets paid because of the combination of a toxic technology and intellectual property rights linked to it. It is destroying pollinators. We know the story of monarch butterfly. We've done a study, no pollinator on the BT cotton plants, not one. Soil organisms, 4 years after planting, 22% beneficial soil organisms were gone. We've done an update study, it's still in process, 60% and more of beneficial soil organisms that maintain healthy soil give us fertility. Altogether, this is about a violation of every aspect of healthy, sustainable ecosystems and healthy organisms and species, as well as all of the human communities that depend on it. You heard the witnesses on the farmer's suicide. One remaining thing I would like to say is in '84, when the Green Revolution caused problems in India and farmers rose like that, they were blockading trains. It was reduced to a religious issue. Immediately after those last photographs were taken, some tampered books of the sacred text of the Sikhs, who are the religion, the people of Punjab, were found, and no more do the farmers' voices come in the media. It's as if it's about religion. The same has happened in every part of the world. I was in Nigeria, the whole issue of Lake Chad, Boko Haram reduced to an issue of religion, the issue of Syria reduced to a religion, and I do hope the Tribunal will connect the contemporary crisis of religions, conflict, their roots in the violation of nature's rights, and the distortions by those who would like to maintain the war against the earth, the war against people, appropriate the resources of the planet, and create the time-tested divide and rule policy as they push more disasters on the planet and on us. Thank you for your time. There will be testimonies now, the order you choose, but I just want to say thank you to Jose Bove, to Marie Monique, to Andre Lou, to Ronnie Cummins, who are all here. I know the time was short, but I noticed there's Bill Allen, but I don't think he'll be able to speak. But there will be cross-examination.
We have a question or two from the judges or the tribunal for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vandana. I have two questions. One is, can you speak on the crisis of farmers committing suicide because of genetic engineering and the fact that this is having a human rights aspect of this battle? And secondly, how is the global movement response has been as a response, as a remedy to genetic engineering? What has been the global organizing that's happening? Where are you hopeful?
The first thing is the issue of patenting is a violation. The larger number of suicides are still in the BT cotton areas. The way the corporations play a trick is they show national averages. Most of the country doesn't grow cotton. So you make a national average in 1.2 billion people, it's very easy to show it as not changing. But if you go to the cotton areas where 95% of the cotton is BT cotton, the graph of suicide climbs. And that's the area where we should be looking. How is the global movement responding to it? Of course, on the area of no patents on seed, even governments set this agreement, the Intellectual Property Rights Agreement, Article 27.3b of the WTO TRIPS Agreement, which we put in a clause, we fought so hard, said it should be reviewed 4 years after the WTO came into force. In 1999 it was reviewed. Everyone said patents on life are wrong. That review has been blocked by Monsanto using the US government, which means a correction of the violation of the nature's rights and human rights has not been allowed to be made, even though it's a mandatory obligation in the international trade treaties. That movement continues within law. In India, we made sure our law has an Article 3J which says biological processes are not inventions, recognizing that nature produces seed, not Monsanto. We've organized a global seed freedom campaign, a global seed freedom movement. We have had laws that would have criminalized seed, saving local farmers, varieties and diversity. We've had those laws on seed rolled back in Europe, in India, in Colombia, all over. In the United States, they are calling seed libraries, where few people save a few packages of seeds in the public library. They're calling them agri-terrorists. Saving seeds evolved over thousands of years is agri-terrorism. Pushing GMO seeds that's killing life on Earth must be protected through all kinds of operations. In terms of the GMO, most of the world was, they had thought all seeds would be GMOs by 2000. Most of the world is GMO free. That's the detail you will be able to hear from the other expert witnesses.
Thank you. And Nemo Bassi had one final question.
Thank you, Dr. Shiva, but I'm going to pass. You already responded to what I was going to ask. BT cotton is modified to be a pesticide by itself.
Yes.
And yet they're not killing the pest.
They're creating new pests. There's 300% increase in what were not pests becoming pests. The white fly you saw, that little white deposit, has never attacked cotton traditionally. It's a new pest. And there's scientific evidence that shows that when a plant gets a Bt toxin, which doesn't belong to it, and it's expressing it all the time, it weakens the plant's ability to be resilient to other pests, so it becomes vulnerable to new pests, and the bollworm itself has become resistant. Thank you.